beautiful creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. It's a beautiful day in the far north of Maine, up along the Canadian border, in the crown of Maine, and I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are as well. People ask me all the time, why do you content creators take about a minute and a half to do these long introductions? Short and sweet answer, because we have to before we can take the deep dive into the subjects that we want to. We all have a little intro that we have to do. Just because I told you so. Remember that when your mama used to say that to you? Do this. Why? Because I told you so? Well, this is why. Because we told you that we have to. If you want to jump straight to the comment, it's generally about a minute and a half into the videos and podcasts where the actual deep dive happens. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, I want to thank you for joining me. If you are joining me on YouTube, think about subscribing to my channel. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on YouTube. Doesn't matter. Any attention is good attention. And comment in the comment section. Share my video with a friend. It just helps me in the algorithm. If you're listening to me on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, or YouTube Music, think about giving me a follow. The little follow button is over there somewhere. Right next to where you started the play button, there will be a follow button. Follow me on my podcast. Think about giving me a 5-star rating on all the platforms. Doesn't cost you guys anything to do that for me, and it does boost me up in the algorithms. And if you are on Spotify, I generally have a poll running somewhere down below over here. And it's generally about the video or the podcast of the day. Sometimes it's about future topics that I would like kind of a little pulse. See how everybody in America is thinking, whether you're big city America, whether you're rural America, you are welcome here on my podcast, on my videos. And think about following me on Rumble, guys. I'm Coffee with Kerri-Lynn, no hyphen over on Rumble. That's Coffee with Kerrilynn on Rumble. I am monetized over there, but that's not why I want you over there. I want you over there because I can actually say what I think. I can think outside the box, and I can let my imagination wander. Over on Rumble, what flies into my head generally flies out my mouth, and sometimes we're all very surprised. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, now the deep dive into the TikTok world. I am not on TikTok. I'm doing too much, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. I'm all over the place. I'm everywhere you want to be except for TikTok. I can't TikTok. I'm not a good TikToker. I mean, I make great shorts, but I don't want to be on TikTok for reasons. But there is a nice woman on TikTok. Her name is Sarah Sansoni, and she made us a beautiful TikTok that has gone viral about taking migrant families into your home. She is from Boston, Massachusetts, and she has taken an illegal migrant family from Haiti into her home to live with her, because otherwise they would, live on the street, live in a hotel. They'd live in a hotel. They wouldn't be living on no damn street, let me tell you. The only people that live on the streets of our country are our citizens, and that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, Sarah encourages all of us in the world to show compassion and kindness to the people who have crossed our southern border without permission, who have been flown without background checks to all different kind of areas of the country. They have been displaced, these poor people, and you should take them into your home for reasons of kindness and compassion. Then she goes on to let you know that the government does give you a subsidy check for it. And the family that she took in, the lovely Haitian family she took in, the mother of the family is a very lovely woman, and she cooks all the meals at Sarah's house. She aspires to open up her own restaurant. Sarah, you paying this woman to cook your meals? Personal chefing? She needs some money. Sarah, come on now. Let's all be honest. You're paying her, aren't you? You're not letting her do this for free. Because that would be, slavery. Also, Sarah's husband, he's good at gardening. Get a little 2x4 plot in your townhouse up there in Boston. I should say down there in Boston. And get like my mother-in-law. Don't know my direction. Sarah, you got if these people are pitching in and doing chores, all the chores for you and helping you out a little bit, while the government gives you money, I suggest you be paying these people with some of that money the government's giving you. Just a suggestion. Sarah. Also, what's the time frame of these people moving out of your house into their own apartment? That's what I'd like to know. Because if you're in Maine and you tried to do this, you are screwed, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know what it's like in Massachusetts. I left the cesspool of southern New England. I don't want to know. But I'm not sure how many days it is before it's considered legal residency that you live with somebody or in somebody's home, and it's considered your legal residence. These people coming over our southern border. They're coming over our northern border too. It's just you're not being shown. All the time over here on the northern border, 2 towns away. They're coming through. They're hiding in fields. They're trying to outrun the sheriffs. They're trying to outrun Border Patrol. Constantly. It's just that you're not being told what's going on up here on the northern border. And because we're a border state, we pay attention to what's going on down in the south. And we pay attention very well. And we pay attention to things that we're being asked. Like, maybe you should open up your home to an illegal. I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, if you do that in Maine, you are so screwed. It is not even funny. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in the state of Maine, if I have a relative come visit me for 14 days, and it is day 15, and you're like, are y'all going home? And they're like, no, we decided to stay. And I call downtown and get the police over here. You know what the police tell me? They've been here for 14 days. They're legal residents. You need to evict them. Say what? Are you shiting me? No, they are not shiting me, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. In the great state of Maine, if you reside with somebody for 14 days, it is considered your legal residence. There you have it. So if you're coming to visit me, you're staying 7 days and then you're moving on. That's how it works. You can go to a hotel. You can go stay with another relative up here. I don't care what you do, but you're only staying 7 days on the homestead. Then we're moving you on, and that's just the way it is. Because we have crazy crackerjack laws here in Maine. We're a blue state. We live in the red part of the blue state, but we are a blue state. And they do some pretty wild and wacky things in northern Massachusetts, also known as the rest of Maine. If you step out of the county, the rest of Maine is like Massachusetts. It's absolutely crazy. You know, our great governor of Maine, she disbanded encampments from homeless Maine people. Yep. They had encampments on public land in the state of Maine. And she disbanded them. She displaced them. They couldn't stay here, but yet she's willing to accept migrants. You know, the illegal ones that cross the border without any paperwork, you don't know who the hell they are. And now in certain states, the states are asking you to take these migrants in. So be careful what you do, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you live in Maine. Like I said, I think I heard Massachusetts was 28 to 30 days before legal residency is established in your home. We have a protection in our Constitution, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Third Amendment where, you know, the government can't use your private property to house and quarter soldiers. They cannot house and quarter people. They cannot request or require you to do these things because it is prohibited by your Third Amendment. And they are asking you to invite these people that you have no idea. FBI don't even know who the hell's coming over that border. No background checks. No true identification check. We don't know who these people are. I just, you know, Sarah, it's a good thing that you are doing for people. I just hope you don't live to regret it. Honestly. Do you really know who you took into your home? Because if I don't know you, I ain't taking you in. And if I do know you, I don't know. I probably won't take you in either because you're supposed to be a independent human being, self-sufficient, stand on your own 2 damn feet. And that's how things happen in the real world. We do not mollycoddle people, and we do not, just for the sake of feeling better, take strangers or family into our home. We do take family in when we need to, and they know the rules. Mom is tough. They know the rules. They know that they can stay as long as they need to, as long as they're participating, but they're my family. And they also grew up very independently, so they know that they can't overstay their welcome. They have to get out into the real world and do real world things like live their own life, because the homestead is my life. Their life is something completely different that they want. And as much as they love me, my children love me, they want to hang out. They don't want to hang out too long because they have a life. And homesteading ain't their life. And they've all told me that. We love you, Mom, but we really don't want to stay more than 8 or 9 days with you, because quite frankly, waking up to a rooster at 4 o'clock in the morning absolutely sucks when we're on vacation. So there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, be careful what you do in life. You may want to do things out of great compassion, out of great kindness, but there are consequences to every action. Whether it's a positive action or a negative action, there are consequences. And one of the things that I am very, very steamed about here in the great state of Maine is that our state can't help residents of this state. There are residents of this state that went for assistance to stay in their homes, or were being evicted from their home under this new remodel thing. You know, if you remodel your apartment, your landlord can ask you to leave, and then they'll redo the lease with you or what have you. But what sneaky little things that are going on up here is, instead of, you move out of a 2-bedroom, the landlord will remodel it into a 1-bedroom. Now it's a brand new apartment, and they do not have to extend the balance of your lease to you here in the great state of Maine. So you're effectively displaced and homeless. Well, over the summer down in Rockland, they ran out of temporary housing, and they were handing families tents. Go live in a tent. Go stay in the state park. And yet, our governor is willing to have migrants come in. Come on in. We can take so many. No, we can't. We cannot take any more migrants. We are supposed to be building housing in the state of Maine. It's not going to our homeless population. It is going to the migrants. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, this is some of the shit that goes on in our country that really peeves me. It's the shit that goes on in our state that really peeves me. There is no solution. There is not enough housing in the state of Maine. There is not enough housing in a lot of the country for Americans. So if you are Gen Z and you are listening to me, the reason why you need to live in a shoebox with about 5 friends and pay $2,000 a month for rent is because people are coming over the border. The government is providing for them. The tax dollars are going to them. They're staying at hotels because in certain states in this country, hotels have been commandeered to house migrants. They're staying at a hotel with an Xbox, a widescreen TV, some room service, while you, my Gen Zers, struggle. While you struggle to buy a home, while you struggle to support yourself on your own, while you struggle to have an adult life. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, this country done gone crazy. But carpe diem, because no one promised you a tomorrow.